Before we got rolling into today's video, I did want to thank everybody that came out to Autocross 1.0. Without all the participants, spectators, and all of our new track sponsors, that would not have been possible at all. And looking back at the track a couple years ago and seeing where it is today after this last little project we checked off, it's kind of crazy to think of how far it's came on such a shoestring budget, and no major outside help, nothing like that. This is all total grassroots, DIY, make a difference where you live kind of stuff. I just want to thank everybody that's been watching the videos. It's been very helpful. If you do want to participate in Autocross 2.0, there's a link in the description. It's the event Zilla link, so you can pick up your participant ticket or a spectator ticket. All the information's at the website there, or you can go to our Facebook page. There's also a link to that. And finally, if you do want to support the track, there's two ways you can do it from afar. You can pick up a t-shirt, sweater, hoodie, sticker, mug, something like that at our merch link below, or at the event link there's also a tab where you can donate a couple of bucks. Everything actually does help, and we do have a good avenue to do that now, to actually account for and track all the money that comes into the track directly. So that's all I got. Appreciate you guys watching the video. Let's get right back to the action. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and welcome to today's video where we are literally going to pour thousands of dollars right into the ground. Thank you all for tuning back in. We are once again out at the racetrack, and what we've got going on, we're going to seal coat this entire spectating area as we've had set up, and the guys are also going to go around to all the cracks. We're going to hot pour some crack fill compound in there, and it's going to be better than ever. So they're running a little bit behind, so things are going right to plan. I did touch up the floor in here. It's a battleship gray color, and we're also going to paint the walls today too because they're looking a little dingy. But other than that, the downstairs turned out pretty good. See up here, the ceiling all painted up. I do have one window to replace, so I'm going to measure that up, and maybe another day when I'm out here I'll swap that out real quick and retrim it on the backside because the trim is looking rough too. I didn't replace it last year while doing this project because I knew I was going to peel it off anyways, so we gave it the landlord special last year. I got some more material to replace here as well. You know, that 2x6, that 1x6 fascia board there I got to replace. But anyway, the towers kind of came a long ways in the last couple of years. Last year my buddy and I ended up just moving it with the skid steer. We skidded it all the way down the road here. It was pretty interesting little process, but we got her done. You can actually kind of see the outline of it. It was right here on this big patched area. But other than that, today it is going to be a lot different out here in a few ways. All these cracks are right here. They're going to get gouged out and then filled. So that's going to be a pretty satisfying change to see when it's all done. More importantly, what it's going to do is help water and moisture from getting under this stuff and frost heaving and jacking it and continuing to degrade it, just for the simple fact that weather happens. So the money I'm putting into it today hopefully is just going to preserve what's here for the next few years, and then we can of course continue to build on it as a couple of bucks come in, and maybe we can add a little bit more paving. So it's really a shame that we can't get days of weather like this when we seem to schedule the autocross days. It's too bad. But for the most part, I would say that I think this is going to take a good part of the day if I had to guess. I haven't seen it done, but I think they're going to gouge out all the cracks with a wire wheel. You might say to yourself, hey, why don't you go out and you can just get caulk tubes and whatnot. Trust me, thought about it. It would cost probably the same and take you weeks and weeks and weeks of time, because that would take forever. And more than likely, it's probably an inferior product to what allegedly they're bringing. And yeah, it would just take forever. Anyways, so all this stuff is going to be touched up. It's going to do a few things for me. It's going to preserve the surface, and more importantly, it's going to ensure that I don't have to weed whack this stuff all the time, because grass does grow through it, and it is super, super annoying and time consuming. So this is going to do a few things for me, but more than anything, it's just going to preserve the track. So I got another crack to fill up here. I actually went through with cold patch and I filled all this stuff after cleaning it out. Like a lot of the big stuff I actually did fill in, so they're going to just seal over it. So we're going to have a nice base under it. You know, the real big deep cracks, there's actually a decent base under it now. I did a whole bunch over here too. I did all that off camera. Very putsy work, but I think it's beneficial, you know, other than just completely filling it with rubber, which inevitably is just going to crack and whatever. I think it'll be better just to have a flat surface coat over it. You know, basically how it was intended to be done. So I'm gonna park up here quick. I got a whole bunch more to fill in, so I'm gonna work on that. They're probably a half hour out, so hopefully by the time I'm working on that or almost done, they'll be here, and then we can get cranking. My dear sweet mother is coming out today too. She's gonna give me a hand with painting upstairs, so that area's gonna get spruced up a little bit more. But anyways, let's get to today's video and start working. Looks like he's starting to heat up his trolley there, and what they're going to do is actually walk out here where they gouged out all these cracks and do a real crack fill on this stuff. So this must be at a good depth and width that's going to cover and fill pretty well. Then after that, they're going to come back through and seal coat this area. Now, you may be wondering why I'm even bothering with this, but it's going to clean up this area a lot because this is our spectating area, and at the end of the day, it's going to look way better. So I'm going to try and preserve it as best I can. They poured it so thin through here that at the end of the day, I'm going to continuously have to patch it with cold patch like this until we just do a repave. But right now, money does not allow for that, and I really cannot go, you know, tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt when we don't really know what turnout's going to be like here on a nice day. So right now we're making a couple of bucks running autocross, but more than anything, it's you guys watching, picking up a t-shirt here and there, stickers on the website, all that really are helping this happen, because it does actually matter. The channel is small enough where it's not so big that YouTube carries it. It helps, you know, it brings in a couple of bucks, but at the end of the day, it's really being funded by our activities out here and sponsors. So without them, all of our great sponsors, this wouldn't be possible. So I got to thank all of them for this. So anyway, we're going to keep building on the track, make it better and better, but they're about getting rolling here. So we're going to hop to a time lapse and show you guys what they're doing. Is that about where you want to run it? Is 300?
Between 300 and 400.
3 and 4?
Anything over 400 will start to burn it.
Okay. Oh, is that must be here?
Yep, yep.
I got it. That's very satisfying to watch. You know what I mean? It's very satisfying.
Then after it dries a little bit and settles, I'll go back through it to make sure anywhere the air pocket popped up.
Oh, right.
It'll settle down in there, and
Yeah.
the pocket will pop, and there'll be a hole in there, so I'll go back over it to hit anything where it's sunk in like that.
It just disappears in there. Yeah. How long have you been doing this?
Like 6 years.
So I was like, you got like your technique down and everything, you know?
Oh yeah.
Not your first rodeo.
No. Yep.
I had nobody with a camera ever filming you do this before.
No.
This is 6 years, first time.
Well, we've had people out taking pictures and stuff.
Well, right. Surprising glide. Is there like plastic skis on the bottom of that, or how's it spool so easy?
No, it's just steel.
Just gotta go for it.
Well, you know what? I have so many times I had paint on my hands the last couple years. I just don't even do it anymore.
You might have to edge
That's
over
okay. Yeah, I
here.
can do whatever.
I can only reach and then I tiptoe and I'm afraid I'm gonna kick
Yeah.
the chair out.
Put me in somewhere, coach. I'm ready.
Over, landed full force on the knee. And went to tilted tilt and had a beer.
There you go.
good enough. A little splash.
Well, there you have it. We got everything crack filled out on the track and out on the driving lane and exit lane, standing area, as well as seal coated. So things are really looking strong out here, I gotta be honest. And we did, well, I say we, H&H Sealcoating did all of the square footage. So this is legit. It actually looks pretty good out here. I am super stoked. This is going to help preserve that pavement for many years to come. And yeah, basically give it a new lease on life. Not only that, it looks awesome. So there you have it. They're out of here. H&H Sealcoating. Give you the contact info down in the description. It's not a sponsor or anything. I paid 99, literally like 90% of this. They did actually sponsor the track. It comes out to a couple $100. So the majority of it is, again, out of pocket. So this is not like this was free. So don't get the wrong idea looking at this. Everything you've seen so far, it's all paid for. It's not like because you make YouTube videos or anything, this stuff all of a sudden just appears. It does not work that way in real life. So I'm pretty stoked with how this looks. It looks really good. Looks like new asphalt. And at the end of the day, the idea here is preservation. That's really the goal. So some people will say, just why don't you repave it? Why don't you just add pavement right there? This and that, and any number of things. But at the end of the day, it costs a fortune to pave. So what I'm gonna do consistently is keep trying to save a couple of bucks by preserving what's here and utilizing the existing asset. That's it for the seal coat and crack fill project. It's got to cure for the next 24 hours. So we'll come back out in a couple of days, see what it looks like, but it looks awesome. And that is a cool place to put a big stencil of some sort of maybe the track logo you'll drive over. I don't know exactly what, but I've got ideas going. Now, each time you do something kind of big like this where it's a big facelift or a big change, I get excited again because it looks awesome. So anyways, that's about all for today's video. If you guys want to help support the track in some way, all of our local sponsors, and there's a number of them at this point, I appreciate each and every one of you because it's making all these improvements possible. At the end of the day, racing is a dying sport. It's an expensive sport to be in as a participant and track owner, and without community support, it's just not possible. So if you guys want to help out, as always, pick up a t-shirt, sticker, whatever at the link in the description. It honestly does help. So it's no BS. I'm not going to retire doing this, I promise. Yeah, you're not going to see anything crazy happening, but what it's going to do is keep improving what's out here, and we're going to have one of the coolest small racetracks in Wisconsin. That's really what my goal is going to be. Like a lot of things, it ain't the size that counts, it's how you use it. So we will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Thank you to Josh and his guys at H&H Sealcoating for coming out, and they did a great job. I mean, I really mean that. I think it's going to hold up really well. I mean, you can't do better. So anyway, enough jibber jabber. I will see you guys in the next video.